Hey guys, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Teen Mom Young and Pregnant After Show. Now, we're doing Season 2, Episode 3 tonight, no going back. I know last week I kind of rushed through the first 2 episodes, but I really wanted to catch us up to speed. So now today we are here and we're live. I mean, this episode just aired last night, so we're all set. I'm your host, Mackenzie Fain, and I'm here to break down each one of these girls' segments from last night's episode, and we'll kind of just dive right in. Now, I want to encourage you guys to go on AfterBuzz TV's YouTube channel, like, subscribe, comment. I definitely love interacting with you guys. Let me know your thoughts and your comments on really the show overall, or anything that I say or you think that I missed. So let me know. Now, we start out with Kayla, who in the last episode, we left her just finding out she's pregnant. Huge deal. She has Isaiah to deal with, her little toddler, and then she has Luke, who's in college playing basketball. He has a scholarship. He has to play basketball to go to school. He wants to go to school. He's going to be going out of state. I mean, there's so much going on in their lives, but it's really nice because it does seem like they have a really good relationship. They have a great connection. He cares so much about Isaiah. I mean, he's really there to step up and take that father role, I feel like. Because we sure know that Stefan really hasn't been doing any of that. Now, she told Luke that she was pregnant, and they're sitting down on the couch in the beginning of the episode, and he's just like, "Are you sure you're pregnant?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's why I took a lot of different tests," which I was like, what the heck? Why did he ask that? Like, was this really that fresh? Like, did she just tell him like seconds prior? Like, I don't understand. But we did find out how she got pregnant, because we were all probably wondering, how are you in a relationship for, only 6 months living with this guy? You already have a baby to take care of. You're trying to go back to school. How did this happen? Right? So she was on birth control and she was doing really good, but there was a week that they were all throwing up and got really sick, and she thinks that she threw up her birth control. Now, my question is, how were you throwing up and everybody was really sick and you still managed to have sex? I don't understand. He reassures her that he's not going anywhere, that he loves her, that, he's not leaving because she's pregnant, or, he's happy. He's going to love the baby and her and Isaiah and take care of everybody like a good guy should. So now she's just worried because Stefan changed when she got pregnant and had the baby. But she knows that Luke isn't like Stefan, so she's not super worried, but it's still in the back of her head. It's what happened to her. It's not like that really has anything against Luke. Although not a very good look for Luke, because his 21st birthday, which is awesome, was the night before her first ultrasound appointment, and he just couldn't wake up for it. So that was really it's like you want to root for this guy, and I really want to root for them, but that sucked. That really sucked. And her friend ended up going to the ultrasound appointment with her, and we learned that Stefan actually made it to every single doctor appointment with her, which is very surprising, and it kind of sucks to compare him to Luke at that point, because it's like, dude, you're like 1 for 0 at this point, or 0 for 1, whatever. And yeah, I mean, Kayla just talks about how she doesn't really feel like it's hit Luke yet that he's having a baby, and he really wanted this opportunity with the first ultrasound to kind of learn, when she was due and hear the heartbeat for the first time, and experience those things with him so that he could feel more a part of it, feel that, there's really a baby coming. So it's a big deal. But we move on to Rachel, who is back with Jacob and has given up completely on Drew and the father of the baby, who I guess we're positive about. I'm not too positive. I know there was some confusion about it. Was it Jacob or Drew? And I don't know, but Jacob's no longer in the picture, or Drew's no longer in the picture. She's now with Jacob. And Rachel's mom's like really happy about it. And she's just like, "I'm glad you're back. Are you happy you're back?" And he's like, "Yeah," and whatever. Now, the majority of the drama comes from Rachel's sister this episode. So Rachel's sister has a baby, and I don't know how old she is, but she's around 6 months or something. And This girl goes out every night. Her name's Mallory, and she goes out every single night, and she leaves little baby Emerson with either the mom or Rachel. And Rachel's like so pregnant at this point. She could go into labor at any time. And she's like, dude, like, what are you doing? You can't do this. But aside from that, she just says, you go out every single night. And she's like, no, I don't. I go out only on the weekends and only at night. And Mallory or Rachel and the mom are like, no, you go out every single night. And she's like, well, I only go out at night. It's like, you should be there. But anyway, this one particular time, Mallory doesn't even come back in the morning or all night or all day until it gets like dark out again. And she was a little bombarded by the brother and Rachel, and the mom a little bit. Not really. She's pretty laid back, considering what's going on. But Rachel's just fed up. She's like, what are you doing? Like, you need to take care of your baby. She's pretty much saying like everything everybody should be saying to Mallory. And they get into this heated discussion, and it's just like, they're throwing jabs that are just a little bit too deep for my liking. I just couldn't believe the things that they were saying. Like, Mallory was saying to Rachel, when you have your baby, you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to leave your baby. And it's like, how do you know that? I mean, just the immaturity in this situation was just beyond me at this point. But then, Mallory, she admits to ignoring all the phone calls and texts from them about like coming home to the baby. And it's just like another thing, like there was no even excuse for you to be away. You were just sleeping and you didn't want to deal with your baby. So you just like let people take care of her and hope, like you knew that it was going to be fine. And you just ignored everybody. It was so awful. I couldn't even believe it. But I mean, I really hope that Rachel isn't like that. I don't think she's the type, but I guess we'll see how she does. So next week, we see the episode where she gives birth to her baby. Little spoiler alert if you haven't seen that on the next, but I'll talk about that at the end. Kaya, she, things have been up and down with Tiesa since she moved in with Kaya and her mom. Tiesa was texting this friend that supported her cheating on Kaya and kind of, wasn't, that friend where it's like they're supporting what you're doing even though it's bad. So then your significant other doesn't like that person. When you get back together, that whole drama. The girl caused so many problems in their relationship apparently. And so Kaya doesn't trust her, which rightfully so, I totally get. So Tiesa at one point calls her family. She's like, we are best friends. This is my best friend. She knows me so well. And Kaya's just like, like, how is she your best friend? Like, I don't understand. You don't even see her. You don't talk to her. She's like, and then Tiesa's like, she can't be my best friend because of you get in the way. I want her to be. And, Tiesa gets upset and Kaya walks away. And then, Kaya's mom comes and talks to Tiesa, and she kind of mediates the situation, and she kind of just says, makes it known that, Tiesa, this is an outlet for you. This is somebody for you to talk to, and I totally understand that. And it was just, Tiesa says, I go to high school, I go to school, I'm in 12th grade, and I don't talk to anybody. I don't have anybody there. So this person's like family to me, and I, she's important to me. And it is a really hard situation. I think maybe something that could help would be like this girl, this friend, to maybe come and like meet and kind of talk with Kaya and Tiesa about it, and kind of get on the same page, especially if like the relationship between Tiesa and this friend is one that's really just like pure, and they should be having a friendship, and they're best friends, and they're like family, and she needs an outlet and another person and another friend outside of Kaya and her family. If that is the case, then they should all meet up. And I think that Kaya should be open to rekindling that relationship maybe. I don't know. I don't know, because then actually while I was just saying that ran through my head, like she cheated on her. She has so many insecurity problems, and I don't know the extent of how much this girl, aided or helped in that, would be really difficult. But they have a talk about they talk about Kaya, feels like it brings up a lot of memories and feelings that she doesn't want to feel when she thinks about this girl or when she talks to this girl, which makes sense. But I mean, if you're going to get over something, you're going to have to get over it. They always say you're either going to leave it in the past or, I mean, you have to get over something. So she's going to have to. Tieta says she understands and she wants to make her feel more comfortable. And, I'm going to do whatever I can. I totally get it. And and they really do have pretty good communication. I haven't seen any like blowout fights between either of them other than Kaya with her baby daddy's mom. They seem to have a pretty like under control relationship. In the beginning when they said they're having ups and downs. I just wonder what that looks like. Maybe it was just more of not on the same page kind of thing. And, they're just not getting along. It's just nice to see that there's not these big, huge blowout fights like you see a lot of the time. We move on to Ashley, who this whole episode is circling around Holly's christening and the whole greatness of that, which is so awesome. And she does a beautiful job. And you can tell she's super excited and passionate about making this day so special for her daughter, which is so great to see. Everyone's getting really ready or really excited and ready for the day. But everybody's pretty nervous to see Bar. And I think the whole episode really enunciated on the fact that Ashley's mom wanted to talk to Bar and kind of clear the air. And, it was just kind of beating a dead horse. Like that segment could have probably been like two minutes tops and we would have like gotten the picture. But Ashley's mom wants to talk to Bar. So she does when she sees him at the christening. And she's just like, I want to smash this, like, I just want you to be a good dad and good to my daughter. And, I forgive you. And I just want you to know that. And it was really nice. And he smiled and he was like, thank you. And it went over really good. I mean, it couldn't have gone any better. It was a beautiful christening, such a nice celebration for Holly. Ashley, after the fact, has a conversation with her mom, and she, kind of says that she's given up on trying to make everyone get along. She's just kind of over it. You can tell her demeanor is just pretty like nonchalant. Like, I really like don't have time. She's just tired about it. You can tell. And she's like, Ashley doesn't know how Bar felt about the making up with her mom, and she just seems to not give 2 like seconds of thought to the family dynamic, which I can see. I mean, they've been through a lot of family drama with his mom, with her mom, with like just everything. So it is tough for her, and I can totally understand why she's just over it, like completely over it. We move on to Brianna, who goes to talk to a therapist. I was not a big fan of this therapist. I didn't really think she had like any substance or help to what Brianna needed. Where it just felt like also Brianna kept asking the questions and was like, well, what should I do? Like, I don't know. I just felt like this therapist could have taken control more of or something. Or I don't know. I just didn't really get the good vibe from that whole scene. But what I also did not understand was Brianna's thought process. She wants to fix her relationship with her dad for Grayson because he's having daddy issues and he's really clingy to every guy that he meets. So I'm just like, and we know that she hasn't had a dad. She talks about it and that she has no relationship with her dad. But I'm like, why don't you try and fix the relationship with Grayson's dad and get him involved in his life? Like, how does that make any sense? Like, let me get Grayson's dad or my dad involved in Grayson's life because he has daddy issues and I want to fix the relationship for Grayson. Like, I understand it, but he doesn't even have a dad of his own. So why don't we start there? I guess we kind of understand that because she gets a message on Facebook from this guy that she went to high school with. And I guess when the time she was broke up with Danae and she got pregnant, she thought it was this one guy, but there was this other guy that she was sleeping around with a little bit, and he could be the father too. So I think a lot of the reason that we have no Brayson's dad in the picture is because she probably just really doesn't know, and she doesn't want to like even venture into that possibility. But I think with this guy messaging her, it kind of sparked an interest, or, you know, it was like, you know, enough's enough. She brings up the fact that she wants to talk to her dad, to her mom, and her mom just eye rolls, but also says, you know, I'm supportive of whatever you want to do. But she doesn't want Brianna to have expectations for her dad, which I totally get. But when she brings up the fact that that Brayson's father could be this other guy, you know, her mom is so ashamed and so upset. You can just tell, like, how could you do this? I don't even know what you're doing. You know, she was really concerned, as, I mean, a mother would, and it is a difficult situation. But, you know, if she can figure it out and do the paternity test, and if this guy's willing to step up and be there for Brayson, I mean, I want to see what this guy looks like. Like, does he look like Brayson? Because clearly I know he said he's seen him in pictures, and, you know, maybe he looks just like him. And he's like, you know what? I had sex with her around that time, and he definitely looks like me. So, you know, it's just, it is really nice of this guy, whoever this is, but they bleeped out his name. I don't know. I just hope that we can find this out, because this would be really a whole nother segment to her. We haven't found anything out about his dad. We don't know anything. So it would be really, really good to know. She hopes that, you know, he isn't the dad, though. I did actually write that, because she was very sure for so long that it was the other guy. So, yeah, she really just doesn't want to, I guess, deal with that. I don't know. But we'll see, because on the next episode, Brayson takes a paternity test. So I hope we can get the results in that episode, because I don't know if I could wait another week to find out. Kaya has her baby shower. It looks beautiful. They look like they did a great job. I can't wait to see that. Kayla tells her mom that she's pregnant. That's not going to go over well. I can tell you guys that much. And Rachel has her baby finally. So the only one that doesn't, well, I guess Kaya too, but the only one that doesn't have babies right now yet in their arms are Rachel and Kaya. So it'll be exciting to kind of go through the beginning stages of everything with them too in this season. So we're just in the beginning, just the third episode in. A lot's gonna happen, you guys. You know, there's a lot to unravel here, and I think as we get to know these new characters as well, Rachel and Kaya, you know, the relationship between Kaya and Tiesa, a lot going on there, and now this baby and the mom, like, there's a lot going on. And then also the relationship with Rachel and her sister and the baby and the mom, like, it's like, holy cow, a lot of people, a lot of characters, a lot of people to keep track of, but a lot of drama. And that's why we like this show, you guys. I mean, that's why I like it too. So thank you so much for spending some time with me to go over this episode. Now we'll be back here next week for episode 4 of Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. I'm your host, Mackenzie Fain. Check me out on Instagram, like, comment, subscribe, all those things. I'm on Instagram at Mackenzie Fain. Thank you guys so much for joining. See you next week.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.